Milestone Magazine. Oh, I think you guys caught me again. Sorry, I was just about to dip my chip into the queso from Mamacita's. I guess I'm going to have to wait. But it's okay because good things are worth waiting for. And right here in the studio, I have the pleasure of welcoming my good friends from KHEA Radio, Curt and Gardy. Yeah!
Yay! What's up, Pierre? How's it going?
How are you guys doing? High five.
Good to see you.
Can I just take that queso and just start drinking it?
You should have seen him in the back. I'm gonna release like a little video, or KHEA will. Dude,
I didn't double dip into the queso.
This dude loves queso.
You love queso?
Oh, I'm queso Curt.
And queso Curt. So what I was thinking would be kind of cool. I don't know, Curt, how you feel about this, but maybe doing something like.
Oh no! Oh my goodness!
No? All right.
I like how he was back there. Just like,
he just like it was staged.
A magic trick. That was impressive.
This taco band, it looks like it's been in rough shape.
Well, so the taco is taking a little bit of a tour.
Okay.
In the Bay Area, it's gone to a couple of places. Some of them, the places where we took them to, the people knew. Some of them, people didn't know. When people found out that the taco was there, is when sometimes it got a little roughed up. But you know what? It's still in one shape, and I gotta tell you, I had a couple of shows ago, my friend DJ Forrest, who's one of the Houston's top rated DJs, and he told me, he says, I'm gonna help you get over to that 1,000 fan mark line on Facebook, and we're almost at 600. So I think awesome. Between the taco and the help from my friend DJ Forrest, I think we'll eventually get there. And then at which point you will then be able to come back and pick up your taco.
One of these months we're going to show up and we're going to get this back. And then Ethan can go home and see his family.
He's still holding up the studio
he's still
with a load-bearing taco.
Well, and you know, season 1 runs through June 26th. So, I mean, there's only like 2-3 more opportunities.
So here's a secret. If you're watching on Facebook or you're going back and watching this later,
yes.
Here's what we need you to do. Go to Pierre Castillo Live, go to the community tab, and invite all of your friends to On Air with Pierre. It's a great opportunity to support local business. It's a great opportunity to listen to me and Curt, because I know you don't get enough through KHEA. So these are great opportunities, and you can invite all your friends to learn about everything Pierre has going on.
I got to tell you, I watch typically daily, and you guys have proof because you see the people that are logging into the show. And so you know that I don't pay somebody to log in under my name to make it look like I'm listening. Mm-hmm. Although I kind of sort of just put the idea in y'all's head now that I've said it.
We had Rick Clapp in the other day.
Yes!
So you're like, hey, what's up? Because you had Rick Clapp in here.
Yeah, we had. How was that?
It was
awesome.
Fun. It's great.
So you guys have had some really cool guests. Y'all do this 5 times a week versus me just once a week. But what are some of the things that y'all are getting to? What are some of the things you enjoy the most with some of the guests that y'all get to have on the show?
Well, like you're saying, we get a lot of food, and we like food. Curt likes queso. We got branded as taco guys.
Yeah.
And so that's been. Food is always fun. Finding ways to give back in the community is even better.
Yeah, I think today we had an event that's taking place on Saturday that they've asked us to be on their event. It's for pediatric cancer, and they're raising some money for that as well. And it was just really kind of cool to hear about pediatric cancer and talk about it. Those are things that for me, it's not just something I go around and study and learn, but when they come on the show, it kind of raises awareness for those topics that people may or may not be talking about.
So yeah, it's Saturday, and people will have the opportunity to donate for this cause, and just, cancer, it can hit anybody at any age, but it's just something heart-wrenching whenever there's babies. There's babies that are born with cancer, and they haven't even had an opportunity to do literally anything yet. And so it's a great cause taking place Saturday. We're going to be there. It's in Friendswood, trying to help raise some money through social media and Facebook.
Now, speaking of babies, you recently had a really, really cool event. I'd never seen something like this at Abundant Life, and it was a community-wide baby shower. Mm-hmm. So give us a spiel. Who came up with that idea, and what are some of the things that happened at that event?
It was our executive pastor, Catherine Rudolph, which you have met.
Yes.
So she actually saw this idea that happened in Europe. There's a pastor family that we're friends with, and they had an event like this. And we hadn't seen one take place here. Maybe there has been one before. But what we did is we opened up the the internet, our social media, our website. Hey, you have the opportunity to sign up. If you're pregnant, you're expecting, maybe you have a newborn baby. Hey, sign up. We want to bless you with a diaper bag, diapers, strollers, baby beds. So we had a little over 400 people sign up, and then they came out, and we were able to pass out everything. But we didn't just do it alone. The church members, people in the community, like even some of our partners at KHEA said, hey, we want to donate, food so we can feed them while they're there.
And supplies as well. They showed up bringing diaper bags and baby bags and diapers and wipes and everything, formula.
And you had over 400 people sign up?
Yeah.
Over 400 moms?
Yeah,
yes.
400 expecting
or soon to
mothers.
be, right?
Yeah.
Wow, that's so that means that there's a lot of pregnant.
Nobody went in labor during the event, which is actually kind of
like shocking.
Yeah, because you think of the odds, like how many people are about to have a baby and nobody went into labor during the event.
You know why everybody's pregnant, right?
Why?
You have to thank 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh my gosh!
So and the time,
all the movies and all the influence that's out there. So this event was something that you guys did and had such a great response for. But I think too, part of it is that y'all have already built sort of a platform that people are very engaged with in terms of community stuff and positive things in the community. One of the things I love about what's happened, not just since we met, but also since you guys have kicked off the radio show and all this stuff, is that I really feel like y'all are making a noticeable dent in the type of content and media that people are digesting, which is pretty cool. Like, it's almost sort of like you could call it kind of like a movement, right? And when I sit down and talk with Chef Mary Bass and Natasha, who was here on the show talking about the Do Good Network and the different things, and then we had Joe Perez from Texas Chronicles, who's also very actively involved and supports the stuff that you guys do. And then when we talk about Leadercast, leadership development, going to Abundant Life, it's really neat because I almost see this like we're sort of pushing in on the negative stuff that's out there, the negative news, the stuff that some of it for safety purposes we can't ignore, right? The chemical plant fire, like we got to stay informed of that. That's not something positive, but if it's happening, we have to be aware of it. But it's really cool that in this pursuit of building good community news, y'all are finding more and more and more, and other entities that have that same sort of pattern and feeling. So how do you guys feel as kind of being sort of a bit of trailblazers in that movement?
Well, it's fun. It's fun to meet all these people and to meet like-minded people doing cool events. So with that event that's taking place Saturday, the Snowdrop event, Kevin Klein from 93Q with the pediatric cancer. That's what that event is on Saturday.
Okay.
But we met him through it's Mrs. Leaning. She's a retired teacher at Santa Fe, and she started doing baking, cookies with the cause, and
sure.
It's really cool.
Yep.
So you meet these people and they're like, hey, I have a friend, or they see them on there, and it's just that web is just growing of people trying to make a difference and do something positive. So it's been fun. It's been pretty humbling,
Yeah, I think that's the one thing that we've really looked at our radio station is we give glory to God, that He's able to connect us to these people, that He's able to keep blessing us in different ways. We had a gentleman on our show a couple weeks ago. His name's Mike Rosas, and he was talking about why, because we were talking about how when we go out and we're in the community and we see people are stuck in doing it, well, this is how we've always done it. This
right.
is how it's done. This is how radio is done. This is how, but we're trying to find a new way of doing it. We're trying to find the best way, the radio done right,
sure.
kind of way of doing it. And it's being able to make those shifts and those adjustments. So while we're happy with what we're doing, we're always looking for that next big thing. The vlogs that we started doing in the afternoons, those are all things that are showcasing what we're doing in the community and connecting these partners, but it keeps connecting and keep growing of what we're doing.
I love it. I absolutely love it. For those folks that are just now tuning in, we're talking with Curt and Gardy of KHEA Radio. They have a daily radio show that goes on 99.5, and also you can watch it on Facebook Live. Kicks off at 8 o'clock. Is that correct?
8:30-ish.
8:30-ish.
We add the ish because sometimes we don't get on until like 8:38. Sometimes
right.
we get on at 8:28. It just, you never know.
Sure.
It's-
Okay, so around 8:30-ish,
Ish.
you can watch Curt and Gardy live from Monday through Friday, and be sure and get connected with them. We're talking with them. We're going to take a short commercial break, and when we come back, we're talking some more with Curt and Gardy. They have some cool stuff that they've got coming up. Also, a big giveaway that they have been promoting for, I believe, a cruise or something like that. So we are going to take a short commercial break, and when we come back, we're talking with Curt and Gardy of KHEA Radio, and we also have Mamacitas in the house with some delicious chips and queso. We'll be right back.
I just want to.
Every wedding and group event deserves to be at South Shore Harbor Resort. From extravagant to intimate, trust us to make your next business event a success. Perfectly located just 30 miles south of Houston, South Shore Harbor Resort is the largest full-service waterside resort in Southeast Texas. Mixing business with pleasure has its benefits. Our executive chef has created a delicious menu full of the best local ingredients. With upscale, casual, and poolside dining options, there is something for every appetite. Business has never been easier with such amazing choice of meeting spaces that provide a relaxed waterfront setting. Our state-of-the-art amphitheater is perfect for delivering a winning presentation. Swim, float, or paddle up to the poolside bar and enjoy the sun in our amazing 185-foot tropical oasis pool. Or take your time and lounge around in one of the beautiful private cabanas. You're going to sleep well in our luxurious, spacious, and airy rooms, furnished with plush bedding and a maritime theme. Business does not have to be all business while conferencing at South Shore Harbor Resort and Conference Center. Memories made here.
We're back, ladies and gentlemen. I am talking with my friends, my good friends, Curt and Gardy of KHEA Radio. Let's welcome back the guys to the house. Yeah. So you guys are doing a pretty big giveaway that's been pretty popular. I think it's a cruise or something like that. Tell us about that.
What? We're giving
Give away
away
a
a cruise?
Yeah.
When did we hear about this?
Yeah,
What?
see, I find out sometimes before you even know, I find out about stuff.
So that is actually our featured post on our Facebook page at KHEA Radio on Facebook. If you haven't seen that cruise video, go like, share, and comment on that video, and you have a chance to go cruising at some point during this year. All the information is included on there. You do have to be 25 years or older, but it's still a free cruise that you get to go on that you don't have to pay a penny for if you don't want to.
Have you ever been on a cruise?
I have been on a cruise.
Did you have a good time?
It was actually a long time ago for my sisters. So I'm the oldest of three, and I have two younger sisters, Paula and Christy. Shout out to them if they're watching. So Christy, who was the youngest one, the middle one had a quinceañera. Me, I didn't have a quinceañera because that's,
Some guys do.
Some guys do, yeah.
I've been in a quinceañera. I didn't have one myself either.
Okay, so, but Christy is sort of kind of the most, she grew up basically here. And so she was like, I don't really want a quinceañera. I want, can we go on a cruise? We're like, what?
Yes.
So, anyway, long story short, we went on a cruise for her quinceañera, and she had her dress, her, really princess type dress, and we walked around the ship and people took pictures. It was a really cool experience. And so, yes, I have been on a cruise, but my point in sharing all that is that I'm due for a cruise again.
Well, you can win.
No, I can't win. I'm not the
Like,
legal.
share, and comment.
He's not 25, Curt.
Yeah.
Come on, dude.
No, the legal print, I believe, says, employees, partners, advertisers, and stuff, aren't eligible to win. Plus, that wouldn't look
You
good
can
if
still
I
like,
won.
share, and comment. You just
But
ignore
here-
the fine print.
Okay, but here's what I'm saying though is you guys can't win either.
No,
So
they offered it to us. They said when the conversation happened, they're like, "Hey, we want you to go on this cruise,
Sure.
and we want you to go for free, and
Talk
you can
about
go
it.
live and talk about it
Right.
and experience it." And we said, we don't want to go. We want to give it away to somebody else because that's how much we care.
Plus, it's one room, and me
The
and
two
Curt
of
in
them-
the room. Can you imagine?
Man, my
So
girlfriend
We take
asked
breaks.
me.
We take breaks. He's like, don't answer my calls. I want to answer his calls. We spend a lot of time together. Can you imagine us being locked on a boat 24
Right.
hours together?
My
Yeah.
girlfriend said, can I break up with you so that I can win the cruise? And I said, well, first of all, I guess, but if you win, we're still not going to pick you. And she's like, you're going to be that petty? And I'm like, yep.
Yeah,
So
can
she's
you
not-
imagine you going back to your wife and then you going back to your girlfriend and being like, so we're going on a cruise, and they're like, oh, thank
No.
you, honey, when? And it's like, no, we are going on a cruise. So, so my thought was, heck, let's get a room and pack our production crew, Luis, Zach, you, and the 5 of us in a room on aboard the Royal Caribbean.
Okay, so I don't know what you went on that cruise for, but I don't know if 5 people, camera gears, and everything else can fit in there.
Hey, we did have an opportunity to go see like the presidential suite.
Oh,
Okay.
my
And we could
God.
fit like 50 people in that room. There was a baby grand piano in there.
Baby grand
Which
piano
didn't
in
make
there.
the video. Which
Yeah.
that was the best part. I can't play piano, but I was just like
I
pretending
didn't
like I
want
could.
to show people thinking that they were going to be in a room with a grand piano.
That makes
That's
sense.
just not fair. But it exists. Like, you can pay for that presidential suite and go on a cruise in style.
Wow. So there you go. If you want the opportunity to win a cruise, you got to like and share. This is currently their featured post on the KHEA Radio Facebook page. We also have an awesome event that is today, 30 days away. Can you believe it? 30 days away
Time flies.
from being able to be in front of to watch a message from some of the top world-class leadership experts. I am so excited. We have Leadercast Galveston County that is coming to Abundant Life. Some of the speakers include Gail King, Patrick Lencioni, and the amazing Andy Stanley. Let's take a look once again at the short little clip about Leadercast coming to the Bay Area May 10th, 2019. Let's take a look. And you have it right there, guys. Leadercast Galveston County is coming to town May 10th, 2019. Curt and Gardy, you guys are planning on being there.
Yes,
Curt,
we're
I know
there.
you're planning on sneaking in.
I
But I
just-
got to tell you, I told you last time, Colleen, our friend Colleen from the city of Lamarck, is involved in this event. And she said, I told her, I said, Curt is going to try to sneak in somehow, and the tickets are licensed. So it's a really tight security to what are the plans? You got a smirk on your face. Tell me.
He doesn't know that I have ways, because I have to get around that church pretty fast,
Uh-huh.
because I have to go put out fires, because I'm the tech guy, right?
Uh-huh.
Like, if there's a tech issue, I have to go and make sure that the tech issue gets fixed. So I can kind of run around that church, and I have ways to get access to places that you don't even know yet.
Wow.
I'll tell
be
you
on
all the
lookout.
secrets. I'll tattle.
Please.
Also, I can tune in through the cameras because I know how to
If you're
set up
directing.
everything.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's
Okay,
gonna
so
be
here's what you got to know is you can go online to topstarevents.com to get your tickets to Leadercast Bay Area Houston. So we've got 2 locations this year. Once again, that's happening May the 10th, 2019. We're going to be hosting at Star Cinema Grill at Baybrook Mall. And we're also going to be at Abundant Life Christian Center. We're so excited about being there. So I will tell you, one of my favorite speakers that I'm looking forward to is Andy Stanley. And I just posted on y'all's page not too long ago. Y'all got a new sound system. I mean, y'all are really prepping
going
for
in.
the arrival of this
specifically
event.
for this event. We could not have Leadercast without the upgraded sound system.
Well, because when Andy Stanley speaks, it's he's gonna fill the room,
Oh,
right?
yeah. Yeah, the subs got flown yesterday or the day before, and now we're putting in the rest of the clusters. I mean, if there's another venue like this in the area that, we don't know about it yet, but it's
Right.
going to be an amazing event. I'm excited to be able to be there, to be a
Sure.
part of it. And I know the city of Lamarck is. Colleen's
Yep.
blowing our phone up being like, yes, a leadership conference like this, at this caliber
Yep.
in Lamarck, it's about time.
Yep.
And
yep.
it is. Lamarck is one of those places where I foresee Lamarck being the hub of what's going on. You know, we talked to A&A Machine and Fabrication. We did our Shine on Lamarck there, and he was like, there's no other places around that's like the city of Lamarck.
Sure.
And I think having leaders and business owners all come together for a big event to learn and grow what can take place in Galveston County, I think is huge.
Hey, I want to tell you guys that I think May 8th, I believe, I'm looking at my calendar over here, we are going to be doing our first on-location show, meaning we're taking On Air with Pierre, we're taking it out in the field, so we're a couple of steps behind y'all. Whatever y'all do, we do it, but like maybe not as good and maybe later.
That's actually probably smart, though, because then it's like, hey, how did you... Then you can just... Instead of doing it wrong like we do for a while.
Take note, Luis and Zach. Whatever they do, then we just learn, and then right, and then like we look really good, you know, whenever we're doing it.
That's what we've been doing.
Yeah, that's what Luis says. As a producer, I confirm that's been our strategy. So guys, we're planning on coming to y'all. See, some people are already calling for Leadercast. Look at that, or Scam Likely, one of the two. So,
Scam Likely.
It's Curt
so be
calling,
sure
actually.
it's Curt calling me. So we're excited because we're going to be taking the show to you guys on May the 8th. And then, of course, we'll probably be doing a little bit of broadcasting live as well for the day of Leadercast. We want to thank our friends from Mamacitas, of course, for joining us today on the show. And be sure and get connected with them on social media and attend their Cinco de Mayo event, which is going to be lots of fun with mariachis. Curt Gardy, I want to thank y'all for coming by. And I'm looking forward to Leadercast Galveston County. It's going to be a great event. And I'm looking forward to it. We're going to have lots of fun. Thank you guys again for coming. Be sure and get connected with us once again on Facebook. We're going to be posting the replay links on our Facebook page at Top Star Events and Entertainment. If you don't have Facebook, you can watch this show online at pierrecastillo.com. We thank you so much for joining us today for On Air with Pierre. And tune in next week where we welcome. Let's see who's coming next week. Next week, we have Karen and Nelson, the actual mastermind behind putting together our set and redecorating our office. She decorated my house, and she's coming with some tips on how to revamp your home for the spring and the summer. So be sure and tune in next week. We're talking with Karen Nelson, our designer. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to today's On Air with Pierre. We'll see you next week.
Bye, guys.
Hello, my friends. You and I have a date at 11 o'clock every single Wednesday, so you can tune in and watch my show, On Air with Pierre, where I interview local celebrities and the movers and shakers of the Bay Area, Houston. So be sure and tune in to On Air with Pierre, Wednesdays at 11 o'clock.